Bum, 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 bum,
Greetings!
bum.
Hola! Hello! Your turn.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Every Friday, Anita A and Cheryl V, all in alignment, creating sacred spaces. We come on here and just, have fun for half an hour with all you peeps out there talking about everything feng shui. And we wear
Exactly.
these silly glasses because we like to have fun. And oh, yeah, and because we want you to look at your environment a little bit through our feng shui eyes energetically. Yay.
Yay! How
Mhm.
easy is that? Look, you can tell we don't have green screens. We move and we're disappearing. Parts of us
Oh, yeah,
are
okay, I'll
operating.
stop. I'll stop moving. I'll stop moving.
We're in that multi-dimensional world, right? We're here and then we're gone.
We're here, we're not here. Okay, I'm
Well,
just
particularly love our Friday morning conversations. We never know what's going to come up. We never know. I'm shuffling. So far, nothing.
uh-huh.
However, it will be a topic here shortly, but I want to start off this morning on a completely different note. Is that okay?
Sure.
I want to shout out to our friend Nolan Pillay. Now, Nolan is from South Africa, and today he is launching his book, The Millennial Success Code. Now,
Mhm.
I've had the absolute privilege of being part of his launch team and getting the art copy and been reading the book. And I'll tell you what, even though the word millennial, and that's who this book is specifically written for, there are so many gems of wisdom in this book that it truly is for everyone. So, we're going to put the
Mm.
link below for you and this today, probably this weekend. I don't know how long you can get the free download, but
Mm-hmm.
go onto your Amazon account and look up the book. Well, the book, if you click the link, will take you right to it. Supposedly, there's been some changes on here.
Well, I was able to
Oh,
go and download
perfect.
it this morning.
Yep, me
No
too.
problem.
Yep,
And yeah, and you could always go on your Amazon account and just search it
search it.
under
Correct.
Ignite Publishing.
Yep.
So yeah, anyways.
Anyway, when you
Um,
download the free link, click the buy with one click button. That's the
mhm.
button that helps them. And then leave an honest review. Like I said, there are so many gems of wisdom in that book. Don't let the fool, or don't let the fool, don't let the title, I don't know where that came from.
Ooh,
Don't
don't
let the
let the
title
title fool you.
mislead you. So,
Mhm.
so we've had one card come out. Do you want to add anything to that, my friend, before we get into the cards?
Well, we actually, even though Nolan is from South Africa, you and I
Yes.
had the privilege of meeting him
Hmm.
last year in
Yes.
person.
In person.
We went to Gatherama in Las Vegas
Hmm.
last week. And he's a gem.
Oh my
He is an
gosh.
absolute genuine gemstone.
Yes.
And I love that Ignite community because we have
Mhm.
met so many gemstones. I mean, in
Yes.
fact, our gemstone bracelet is getting to be uh, pretty heavy.
Well, it's becoming a
I think,
mandala. Woo! Okay,
ooh,
cards
wow.
flying.
Hmm. So yeah, we're Nolan is he's a sweetheart. So
All right, so here's
okay.
the thing. I have had six cards.
Oh yeah, we went from one to six. Okay. Okay,
Well,
well,
three
we did.
hit, so we have a choice. Three hit the floor, two flipped up, and I already had one. So we can either take the three that hit the floor or the other set of three.
Well, I think the two that flipped up, we need to have, let's start there. And if we have
Okay.
time, then
Okay.
we'll pick up the things off the floor.
All right. Well, let me
Sure.
get this out of the way. All right. So the two, well, one had already come out, and then the two that hit the floor, which is very entertaining because the one that came out is the number 30 card, bedroom.
Mhm.
One that flipped up is number 36, directional sleeping, which is funny. And the other one that came with it is number 54, center.
Mm. Mm.
So do you sleep in the middle of the bed?
Mm. Or yeah, hog all the covers.
Yeah, do you roll over and
Ah.
do this? And you take all the covers with you so your partner doesn't have any? All right, where do you want to
Mhm.
start, my friend?
Well, again, you and I, just before we came live, we were talking about dreaming and
Yep,
how lately the dreams have been wild
wild.
and parallel dreams and just
Yeah,
kind of all over the place. So yeah, if you're joining us live, pop in the comments if you too have been having some vivid
really
dreams
vivid
or
dreams.
recalling your dreams. And because that's kind of funny, right?
Yep, yeah,
And then,
completely.
of course, bedrooms. Hello. We are in full moon energy, so
We are starting, yep, you betcha.
that always impacts our sleep
Mhm.
patterns, our dreams.
And I find it
And
interesting because some people can't sleep and some people sleep even deeper.
mhm. It affects me different all the time.
Yes.
Actually, some full moon energy, I'm that deep sleeper. And sometimes, like last night, it was like, what the heck is going on? Um, and our bedrooms, right? Think
Yes.
about how much time you spend in your bedroom and you're maybe not awake. However, everything that's around you is still affecting you. And you had made a
Absolutely.
post the other day, Cheryl, on the nightstand and how
Hmm.
the energy of the nightstand kind of sets the tone for your sleeping. Because if you're,
Absolutely.
you're going to crawl into bed and your nightstand is
Yep.
full of stuff, then, that is kind of how you're going to feel already
Hmm.
when you're trying to shut your mind off to go to sleep. Whereas if the nightstand is, right? I know on my nightstand, I have the lamp and I usually have one book because I like to read a couple of pages or sometimes a little, depending how sleepy I am.
Hmm.
I like to read some kind of book before I go to sleep. And that is kind of like what I'm impressing in the subconscious mind before I go to sleep. And it's usually, a self-help book. It's not a fictional story, you know, blah, 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 anything like that. Because you got to really be
Conscious.
mindful of
Hmm.
what we're sticking in our mind, right?
Yes.
Especially
Especially,
before we go to sleep.
especially it's prime. We'll say prime real estate with some things when it comes to feng shui, but the time frame just prior to sleep and upon wakening are
Mhm.
prime time frames for reprogramming, for changing your energy, for changing your thoughts, for changing your frequency. So consider that. What are you going to bed? What kind of frequency are you going to bed with? That didn't come out right.
Well, and yeah, ooh, uh, and consider, right? What are you looking at?
Looking
What are
at.
you looking at? So you get into bed, you lay your head on the pillow, and what is in your direct view?
Hmm.
Make sure, because again, that is
Prime
prime
real
real
estate.
estate. You want to make sure that you're not looking at the toilet. You want to make sure you're not looking at a pile of dirty laundry.
Hmm.
Make sure you're not looking at the TV, right? What are you looking at when
Yes.
you lay down, put your head on the pillow? And that would lead us to directional sleeping.
Hmm.
Maybe the direction of your bed needs to be changed so that you are looking at something different upon going to sleep and upon awaking. Because again, like Cheryl just said, those are really impressive times for our mind to absorb and take in information. And we want it to be empowering. We want it to be inspirational. We want it to be um, maybe calming, relax your nervous system so that you can have a good night's sleep.
Yes. So I'm going to read a few things that Tara has on her card about directional sleeping.
Mhm.
Um, while north is, and I don't have my glasses on. Well, I do have these ones on, but not my other ones. While north is often considered the best direction in which to sleep, meaning that's the direction when you're laying down, your head is facing. Not that you're looking at, but that your head is facing. Just wanted to be clear on that. To sleep, the other directions also offer their own specific benefits. North strengthens physical health and vitality. South awakens intuition and the ability to recall dreams and memories. East increases energy levels and balances sluggishness and depression. And West enhances relaxation and balances stress and restlessness. And of course, combine those benefits if you're facing like northeast or northwest, something like that. So I think it's important that because many people have asked us, oh my God, I can't change my bedroom. What's happened? There's benefits in every direction. Understand that. Ideal is north, but that's not always possible. So don't freak out. Just realize that the direction that your head is facing is impacting your sleep. What do you want to
Mhm.
add to that? Because I can see the
Well,
lips.
it's absolutely true. And just test the theory, right?
Mhm.
So if in your master bedroom, your head faces east, let's say, maybe you have a spare bedroom in your home where the headboard faces north. So you know what? Maybe just test the theory, right? Don't move your furniture around just yet. Go sleep in the other bed
Exactly.
and see if you have a better night's sleep. When your head is facing south, um, that, I mean, again, I have worked with so many clients and asked them,
Do they dream?
see where their head is, to the
Mhm.
south. I say, do you dream a lot? Do you feel that you don't have a solid good night's sleep? And they go, oh my God, yeah, I dream so much, right? So there's proof in the pudding. Um, So, before you go and change your whole bedroom around, just see if there's another place or space in the home that
Mhm.
you could test out the theory and see how you sleep. Maybe it's west for you. Again, we're all a little bit different
Mhm.
and you might feel it differently. So,
True, and there's other factors, right?
mhm.
So if you change the direction and now your head is immediately under a window and you don't have a headboard, right? So there's different layers in feng shui. Um, that can be a factor, right? If, like
Mhm.
Anita had said earlier, when you open your eyes when you're laying in bed and the first thing you see is a bathroom, well, that's impacting you.
Might have a shitty attitude. I don't know. Oh. Facebook will
Bleep,
probably, they're going to
bleep.
try and shut us down. Shut them down.
If you sleep closest to the door, say you have a partner and you sleep closest to the door, then maybe you're the person that takes on all the responsibilities and the
Mhm.
security in the home, and you don't sleep well. So even changing sides of the bed can be a factor. So there's many layers to all of this. What we want you to realize is by looking at your energy, looking at your space through your feng shui eyes, you just might go, Oh my
Ooh.
goodness.
And, I'm just getting a little message that someone that's listening to this either now or in the replay sleeps in the center of the bed, and that person is single and they're wanting to attract a partner. Well, you can't take up the whole bed because energetically your body has a muscle memory and says, no, there's no room. There's no room for a partner. Are you kidding me? Are you sure no, you don't want one of those? Just because you're right there, you got the whole bed to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, you might want to put a pillow on the other side of the bed
Mm-hmm.
so that now your muscle memory gets used to having someone or something beside you. Hmm.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's probably why center came up.
Yep.
Other than what's in the center of your bedroom.
Hmm. Or if the bedroom's in the center of the home, or I also had another little insight
Mm-hmm.
um, to do with 5G.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I also
Mm,
heard talk about cell phones.
yeah. And so electromagnetic field,
Mm-hmm.
because we have our own electromagnetic field going on, right, in our little bodies over here. And when we intermingle with other electromagnetic fields from cell phone towers, from our cell phones, from
TV.
the TV in the bedroom, right? You want to look at that unseen energy and see how much of that is coming into your sanctuary, because
Yes.
that really is your sacred space. It's that place of rest and rejuvenation, and hopefully once in a while a little romance. Um, so you really want to treat it with some extra special care. And that unseen energy can have a huge, huge impact on your autonomic nervous system. And so if you wake up and not feel like you've even had a good sleep, then something's going, something's interrupting that
Mm-hmm.
natural rhythm, that natural pattern that we have. And the
Absolutely.
center comes from, I think the center is maybe a little bit about um, when you go for a walk and when you do some grounding. Maybe you need to have grounding sheets. That helps to clear some of that
Mm-hmm.
electromagnetic energy that's been stuck to you all day. Because when you put your feet on the ground with Mother Earth, then you actually help to balance those electrons, right? So you want negative electrons, and so the positive ones you don't want. Anyways, there's a whole science behind that. So maybe if you can't go for a little walk before you go to bed at night,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you want to have grounding sheets. Maybe you want to have a little box of sand that you can put your feet in and ground yourself as you're sitting there watching TV before you go to bed, or I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, something.
Whatever works for you, but becoming again, the whole point to Feng Shui Fridays is us to bring up topics and talk about how our environment is impacting us and what results are showing up for you. So if you're not sleeping well, what's going on in your bedroom?
Hmm.
I love that you had said, Anita, that you keep one book. So we've gone into bedrooms when we've done consultations and seen stacks. Well, every one of those, imagine that you're in Toy Story and every one of those books is come to life and is calling out, read me while you're trying to sleep. Do you think it's possible to actually have a deep good night's sleep when there's that many books in the room
Well,
saying, read me, 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 read
especially if
me?
one of those books on your bedside table was Ignite Impact, and the other one, uh, anyways, yeah,
Yeah, it's all
because
good.
there's so many great stories in that.
Yes. And lots of books. Okay, so do you want to continue with these three or do we look at the other set of three?
Well, yeah, I'm just curious what the three on the floor went,
Okay.
were. Let's have a look. We got
Nature objects, number 8. Guest room, number 35. And flowers, number 5.
okay, well, I already talked about nature objects and I already talked about the guest room.
And flowers are nature objects. Oh, look at that. We already tied them all in. No, I'm kidding.
We kind of did. Look at that. We are like little psychics over here.
Right? Everybody is psychic.
I
I
know.
love that the guest room came up.
Hmm.
I think that's I'm just kind of chuckling because I've never read what Tara has written on the card, and it says, "Don't tourniquet a guest room off from the rest of your home." Meaning, don't fill it with a bunch of stuff, shut the door, and walk away like it doesn't exist.
Hmm.
Because energy doesn't hide. And whatever area of the Bagua that guest room is that you've done that in is located in your home, it's affecting one or more aspects of your life. Interesting.
Well, and I think, on occasion, I have witnessed with my feng shui eyes
Mhm.
where someone has treated their guest room, and had it beautifully decorated with flowers
Yes.
and nature objects and, just this
Very
beautiful,
welcoming.
welcoming,
Yeah.
comforting space that is, similar to what you'd find in a five-star hotel. And then their bedroom has been a complete freaking disaster,
Hmm.
right? So again, you for somebody maybe listening to this, you need to hear this, that why are you treating your guests
Better.
differently than you treat yourself? Because it begins with you and your self-love, your
Yes.
self-care. So treat your own bedroom like you would a guest,
Mhm.
right? Imagine you're a guest in your own bedroom. Now what it's
Imagine
going to
your
look like.
bedroom is in a five-star resort. You're
Hmm.
not
Yeah,
seeing exercise
right.
equipment in it.
Hmm.
The most plush, comfortable mattress. So when you
Mm.
read the reviews on any place, what do people talk about? The mattress, the cleanliness, the linens, the comfort,
Hmm.
and the
Comfort and
sound,
safety.
and the sound. So,
Well, yeah, comfort, safety, and beauty, right?
absolutely.
Those are the three foundational aspects of why we want to practice feng shui in the first place, to
Exactly.
create an environment that is comfortable, safe, right? So our autonomic nervous system can relax, and that we have that aesthetic beauty around us because that recharges us.
I'm just
How
totaling up cards here, so continue talking.
okay. Oh, what else was I going to say something about?
Oh my God, this is hilarious.
Oh, they,
So the first set of three totals 21, which is a three.
yep. And the
The
other one's
second set of
three.
three totals 21.
Hmm. So we have 311.
No, we have 21 and 21.
Oh, 21 and
So
21.
this set of cards total 21. This set
Oh,
of cards total 21. So we have a
hmm.
3-3,
Wow.
which I think
Cool.
is quite entertaining. So do we
It
want
is.
3-3 as our number for today? I'm thinking
Yeah.
that's what it's supposed to be.
Catalyst, catalyst. Okay.
Right?
Okay. Well, and you know what? That's how important the bedroom is. It
Yep.
could be the catalyst
That
for
changes everything.
for you, all of a sudden you have a better night's sleep, that affects your health, your
Hmm.
wellness. how you show up in the morning, all of those things.
All right. So, as always, I go from the Double Digitology book, Marilyn Harper Joy Roby, and the three. The meaning of the three. The three is so powerful. To begin with, it does not have a strong foundation. It is asymmetrical. It is not in balance. If it were in balance, it would look more like the eight. Based upon its appearance, the three requires assistance to hold itself up. Because the three lacks foundation, they will also rely upon others to help it stand firmly in its beliefs. The three has a rolling bottom, so it can move to something or back from something quite easily and quickly. Now let's talk about the 3-3. The 3-3 brings forth the intergalactic assistance of the ascended masters, the frequency of mastership. It brings forth that frequency of the strong connection that you have with the ascended masters, that you are not alone on this planet, that you are not shifting and flailing about and hoop-de-dooing anywhere else, that you have a purpose, and that purpose is to find your balance
Mm.
with the assistance of the masters of this planet.
Ooh, I love
Ooh,
that because, if you took the two threes and put them together, what would you have?
an 8.
Nate. Ooh, and then there would be balance. So again, that whole 3-3 energy could be talking about the seen world and the unseen world, which is exactly what we were talking
Talk
about in
about
the bedrooms, right? Because
100%
what you're seeing in that physical environment is affecting the unseen environment of your sleep,
space.
right? Your mental awareness, your spiritual awareness.
Exactly.
Yeah, there are no coinkydinks
There
and
never is. And I love how the cards came out the way they came out because the three together hit the floor,
mm.
right?
And they were just
So,
kind of like hiding there. It was almost like Spirit was saying, "Okay, well, we'll just leave these overturned, and we'll see if they can tune in to their innate ability to read
yeah.
these cards upside down, and if they can't, then we'll flip them over." Ah,
I like it. I like it. I like it.
I
So
like it
at the
too. Okay,
beginning, and we
well,
have,
what else? Well, we're almost at the top of the hour
yes.
already.
And we
So,
touched a little bit on Nolan's book and Gatherama, but I want to touch on Gatherama 2025 because at the end of May, Anita and I will be speaking at Gatherama in Salt Lake City at the Capitol Theater. I'm so excited for this. This is a huge space, right? So we also have the opportunity to invite you. Join us. We're going to be part of the alphabet of possibilities, which means 26 presenters. Bang, 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 going through the alphabet. And guess what our letter is? Can you guess? Put a guess. Put a comment.
there's a hint. There's a hint up there. Uh,
Oh, well, tune in for more information on it. We'll put a link in for you to check out. We'd love for you to join us there. How do you want to wrap us up today, partner?
well, I just want to say have a beautiful weekend as always. Spend some time in nature, get your center, go ground, and so that you can have a good night's sleep in this full moon energy. Have a little look around your home through your energetic eyes, see if there's anything else that might be influencing that beautiful rest. And just know that next Friday we will still be here, same time, same place, even though it is Good Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Um, not everyone is Christian, I guess.
Great.
So we're going to be here doing our thing, normal
Exactly.
time.
Exactly. And when you said that about looking at your space, I also got up. Hello, this is full moon energy. It's the perfect opportunity to release the stuff that is in your bedroom that is no longer serving you. And it's a reminder for those of us that have crystals, and I have crystals in my bedroom. I have them all over my house, actually,
Hmm. Hmm.
for them to go outside and have some cleansing done of their own.
Right.
Into the full moon
Supercharge them.
energy. Supercharge, clear and clean. All right, have yourselves an absolutely outstanding, meaning go outside and stand, week.
Oh, I like that.
Have a good one. Bye bye.
Bye.